Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. And welcome to Turning Your Passion into Profit Morning Show. How's everybody doing today? I hope you're having a fantastic day, wherever you may be around the globe. You know, y'all, it certainly is a beautiful morning. It's a beautiful morning to get those things done. Whatever you have purpose in your heart to do, it's a fantastic day to just do it. And why am I saying that? Why am I saying it's a fantastic day? Because, y'all, it certainly is. It certainly is a fantastic day. And, you know, that's a part of you getting up in the morning. And before you get in the presence of others, get in the presence of God, number one, and empty yourself out before Him and ask Him to fill you. Fill you whatever you need for that day. Sometimes you don't even know. You just throw your hands up and say, fill me, Lord, for this day. And then you go to that mirror and you look at yourself straight in the eyes and you begin to say, I am an overcomer. I am a winner. This is going to be a fantastic day. And why is it going to be a fantastic day? Because you said it. And you have to start believing in, the power that you have within you and who you are, and be unapologetic about it. It's a fantastic day because you said it. Are you believing yourself? Are you believing the things that you say to yourself? Are you believing those things? Or are you just saying them? You know, I've been talking about on this program about being divided within yourself. And that happens a lot of times because people don't really believe what they're saying. So they don't go any further than that. They just stop right there at the gate. And they never go into the depths of who they are. They don't even know, as a matter of fact, who they are because they never sought to seek out and find out their true identity. And once you do that, things will change. I promise you, things will change. You will enjoy your life so much better. You will enjoy life. You'll begin living and just not merely existing. Yo, I know what that was like, just to be existent and having that void on the inside of me and not knowing what was going on and not knowing how to reach anything, just inside a big ball of confusion. And some of you, that might, be happening to you. There's all of this confusion on the inside of you. And that's what's causing that void. That's what's causing you to think, well, maybe I got to go find myself. Have you ever heard that statement? I got to go find myself. Well, we're going to talk about, some of the things that could advance you on and help you to begin living life, living your life, and not only living it, but enjoying life. Because life is so short. Your life is just a vapor. Life is just a vapor. And some of you, you're not even seeing your value. You're not even seeing your worth. So you may be thinking that you're a nobody. You may think that you are insignificant. That who wants anything from me? Who wants to buy any of my products or services? Who wants to listen to my speech? Or who wants to read my book? Because you don't see yourself as a valuable human being that has, great gifts, talents, and abilities. And I call them treasures and gems on the inside of you. And this is a great place for me to introduce myself to all of you out there who don't know who I am. And I thank you all for tuning in today and being with me here today on this broadcast as I talk about what leads to your success and how far can you see. And I'm going to dive into that. And it's going to give you that aha moment. I wanted to help you advance on your journey to your success. I'm Gertrude J. Chapman, and I teach you how to maximize your potential and stop leaving money on the table, how to go further into what you were created to do, and not just stop there at the gate and not enter in to the palace, if I may say it that way. Many of you are just stopping there at the gate and you thinking that this is all there is for you. Because again, there's this confusion going on inside of you, this void that you're seeking to fill, that you're trying to, see if this is working or if that's working. And whatever you're trying, it's still not working. So when I'm talking about what leads to your success and how far can you see, I've been talking about this week understanding. Because first, you have to understand. Because without understanding, you won't be able to see. You won't be able to see. You may think a lot of things and try to put things together, but not until you really understand something, you will never understand. You will never see it. Wisdom is the principal thing. But with all that getting, get an understanding. Because when you have understanding, it opens up a picture for you. Just like I'm looking at the screen right now, this monitor, and I'm seeing myself, just like you're seeing me. This is how clear your pathway becomes. You're traveling down your pathway, and things will no longer be hidden from you. You'll be able to see it clearly. It's just like when you're traveling down the highway, okay? Of course, there's some things you can't see because you got to move, okay? You're traveling down the highway, and you're looking to the right, you're looking to the left, you're looking ahead. Now, you would have never saw those things if you had to remain in one place. And the reason why a lot of times people remain in one place is because they can't see. They're afraid. It's just like being on that road, that dark, foggy road in the country somewhere at night, heavy fog, and you're gripping the steering wheel and you inching. And sometimes, you avoid even, traveling when you know that there's going to be a possibility of heavy fog on a dark country road. Well, the same thing is when you don't understand something, when you don't understand who you are. The same things happen. You're not able to see because you stay in one place. But as you're traveling down your destination, your pathway to reach your goals, when you understand, okay, you'll begin to see. Things will become alive in your life. Things will become a reality. And of course, that comes with writing your vision and making it plain, because you have to take it out out of your mind. You can't think about it and don't do it. Don't put it down, because as long as it's in your mind, it's a fantasy. But once you write it down and begin to activate it, it becomes alive. Some of you have been just toying around with things in your mind for so long. But you know what? It's time to stop hiding behind excuses. Stop hiding behind, all these uncertainties. Stop making excuses why, you can't do this and you can't do that. The question I want to ask you today is, have you come into ownership of who you are? I want that to sink in right now. Have you come into ownership of who you are? Because not until you come into that ownership of who you are will anything change. Because it's like all these different things going on inside of you. This massive confusion. And when I'm talking about how far can you see? You're not able to see very far. You're not able to even, see anything. It might be blinders all over your eyes where you can't see anything. Anything, let me put it this way, further down. Let me describe this to you. To see things on your pathway to success. Okay? Seeing your design journey, your pathway. Now, what you're seeing is, because I want to keep it, with this topic, because it could go off into many different areas. But what all you're seeing is things that are negative, things that, come to compromise your pathway because of the confusion that's going on inside of you, because you're not owning who you are. You have to own who you are. Thoughts, those thoughts, all those conflicting thoughts, or all of those reckless thoughts, all of those thoughts that are not based on the truth, but based on old wives' tales or fantasies that's of a different nature, that's not pointing you toward reaching your ultimate goals. You're trying this way, you're trying that way, you're trying to go different directions in order to go, reach your ultimate goal. And it's not working for you. You have to have unity within yourself. Okay? Thinking, speaking, and action. As you think in your heart, so are you. Okay? Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. So what's inside of your heart that's causing you to speak contrary to you following your pathway? What is that in your heart? Because you're thinking it, you're speaking something else, and then you're acting totally opposite. So you're defeating that yourself, because you have allowed yourself, and I like to put it this way when I talk to my clients, I tell them, don't allow yourself to be a garbage disposal, taking in all this junk that people are throwing out. And people throw out some stuff, and you grab it up. You're worth much more than that. You're not a garbage disposal, but you are a person of worth. You are a person of value. You are a person that has gems and treasures on the inside of you. You are priceless. So there's some things that you have to separate yourself from. Guard what you see, your ear, and what you hear, your ear gates and your eye gates. There's everything, everything you're not supposed to take in, because this will cause you to falter and not reach your ultimate goals. You may think it won't, but it will. Okay? It adds up. It will. It may not look like it because it may be something totally different. But if you used to taking in refuge, you used to taking in junk, you used to taking in scraps that somebody's throwing out, you're going to be filled with that. So now this is just adding to your limiting beliefs, your limitations, those limitations that you have built up inside of yourself. It's time to take out the garbage. It's time to eliminate that trash. It's time to do some evaluations, because it's time for you to own who you are. So you could be that person or that expert to your audience. Some of you might not even know that you have an audience. Everyone has a purpose. Everyone has a purpose on this earth. Think about that. You're not just here by, accident. You have a purpose, and somebody's waiting on you. But you have to see it before you see it, or you'll never see it. And the best thing to do is find out who you are and take ownership of who you are, and don't cancel out who you are. Don't cancel that out. And I'm going to walk you through that, what I'm talking about. But I'm saying don't cancel it out, okay? I want you to have insight to complete your goals. I talked about that yesterday. Have an insight to complete your goals. That's stability. Stability matters. Stability in your mind, stability in your speech, stability in your actions. And that all comes from you getting an understanding. Discipline yourself to learn something new every day. Every day. I learn something new every day. I position myself around people who are feeding me what I need to know to walk forward on my journey to success, to reach my ultimate goals, to be able to be relevant to my clients, to my mentees, okay? And the same for you. The same for you. There's a lot of weight that's on you, okay? And I'm not talking about physical. There's a lot of weight. There's a lot, because there's a lot that you carry on the inside and you're not even realizing it. So let's come to that realization, and let us go and let me talk about, I was just leading you into this, okay? Giving you something to think about. I'm going to talk about what leads to your success and how far can you see, okay? And that comes with understanding, because you can't see without an understanding. But once you have an understanding, you'll be able to see. And then you'll be able to put your imagination to work, because your imagination is necessary on your journey to success. How far can you see? If you can't see it, okay, you'll never see it. You have to see it before you'll see it, or you'll never see it. So how far can you see? Let's go to the first talking point. And like I said, I thank you all for, tuning in to this broadcast today, and all the followers, those of you who are following this broadcast, who are following me on the social media platforms. I certainly appreciate you and thank you, for being a part of Turning Your Passion into Profit Morning Show, or Turning Point in Richmond Incorporation, whatever, Gertrude Chapman or whoever, wherever you tuned in from. I certainly appreciate you. We appreciate all of the messages that we receive, all of the comments and all of the recommendations that, we receive from you. We certainly appreciate that. And I don't want that to, go unnoticed. I want to always tell you that I appreciate you, whether you're in the chat or not. I see you. We see you because we have ways of knowing just who you are. And anytime you might not be in the chat, chatting with us, might be looking at us incognito or whatever. Okay. If you ever need to talk to me, always look at the bottom of the screen and get that information there. I always like to talk to people and to see how I could bring more value into your life and give you the benefits that you need for such a time as this, present to you the things that you need. So, talk to me, get on a Zoom call with me, and I would appreciate, meeting you face to face. So the first one I'm going to talk about is truth. Okay. Truth. When we're talking about what leads to your success, truth. Remember, your thinking, your imagination. Make sure it's accurate. Check and make sure that it works. Okay. Now, this is your mindset. Make sure that whatever you're doing, that it works. Stay true to yourself. Stay true to who you are. That's why I ask you, are you owning who you are? Are you being authentic? Are you living your truth? Okay? Be true. Check for accuracy. Make sure that what you're saying, that what you're doing works. Just don't throw anything out there. Think about things that are true, that is of a true nature. That's why you can't just allow things to go through your mind, those thoughts, those things that come to, complicate things in your thinking pattern. Keep things of a true nature. And you don't have, because the battle is in the mind, y'all. The battle is in the mind. And if you got junk inside of you, you're thinking about all this stuff that's really refuge that you should be throwing out. Can you see where that'll cause confusion? And can you see where that will deter you from reaching your goals, your ultimate goals? It'll delay you. It'll sidetrack you. It'll have you double thinking. And if you're unstable in your mind, you can't receive anything good. Because when things come before you, opportunities, let me put it that way, come before you, you won't see it. And that opportunity, you'll miss that opportunity because opportunities are coming toward you each and every day. And you won't be able to notice them. You won't even see it as an opportunity. You might see it as something, totally opposite and push away from it or run away from it. That's what happens. So make sure that, it's working. Make sure it's working, that your mind is working, the imagination, your thoughts. Make sure that everything is flowing. Let those thoughts be undoubted, okay? Remove doubt. Find out, okay, if there's doubt in your mind about something, on your pathway to success. Find out what it is. Why? Find out why and get rid of it. Fix it. Whatever you have to do. What is causing you to doubt that you are valuable, that you can reach your pathway to success? Whatever that question is, what's causing you to think a certain way? Go back and research it. Go back and see, why am I thinking this way? Why is this happening to me? What do I need to do in order to reach my ultimate goals, in order to keep, my vision on track? What do I need to do? And use your imagination, your thoughts, and this is also a grand one here. Unfake, okay? Unfake. When I'm talking about truth, I'm talking about unfake. No cover up, no hidden agendas, okay? Don't complicate things. Make them simple. There's sometimes people think of things and They do things, and what's that term? Pulling the wool over somebody's eye. You don't have to do that. Okay? You don't have to do that. Always think of things that are of a true nature. Truth. Be true. Live your truth. When you live your truth and you own who you are because you know who you are and now you own it, you don't have to do those things. You could be unapologetic. Unapologetic and flow in your uniqueness. It's all about flowing. It's all about having those clean, truthful thoughts. Those truthful thoughts. Don't think that somebody has, if somebody presents something to you, an opportunity, don't let it come into your mind, oh, what they want, you know? Why they presenting this to me? Don't have those type of thoughts. Now, you should know, if you position yourself the right way, if you discipline yourself the right way, you know the truth from the false, or the truth from the lies. You'll know it. You won't engage in it. But if you're used to having those things going on in your mind, where you're playing both sides of the fence from time to time, trying to get your way or whatever, of course those things are going to complicate the way you think. Just saying. Let's move to the next one. And this needs to give you something to think about. Trying to jog your mind today. What leads to your success? Mindset, just. A just mindset. What does just mean? It means, number one, to be honest. Be honest, not only with yourself, but with your thought patterns, with your connections, your audience, your collaborators, your team. Be just, be honest, be right. Be right in what you're doing. And what I'm saying, not in the sense of that, honesty, right. Do things the right way. Don't try to take shortcuts. Don't try to play games. Okay? Because there's a way that seems right. But what? The end leads to destruction. Just because somebody else is doing it and they living reckless and they thinking reckless, they speaking reckless, they acting reckless, doesn't mean that you have to do it that way. Be you. Be you. And stop being a copycat. Be who you are. Be who you are. If they fine doing whatever they're doing, and they may say, well, I'm crushing it, and blah, blah, blah. I got all these people and blah, blah, blah. It's not about the numbers, y'all. It's not about the numbers. Okay? So don't get caught up in that competition thing about the numbers and looking at, how many people and blah, 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 and popularity. It's about being profitable, not popular, and not doing anything. Okay? Because I'm going to talk more about that. Be just. Think along the lines of being just. What leads to your success? Be just. Okay? When you get that understanding down, when you use your imagination, picture it out. See it. But see yourself being that just person, that honest person. Not that scammer. Not that one who's one-sided, just thinking about your needs and forgetting about other people's pain. Remember I told you, serve well, money will come. Serve people. That should be at the top. Serving people. being reliable, making sure that you could back it up. Whatever you say, that you could back it up. Don't be careless with your thoughts. Don't be one-sided. Don't just let anything come out of your mouth. I used to always tell my team this, and it's a total different team. This was a team that, my husband and I, we did outreach, and we had teams set up under us because we were reaching like 4,000 people a week, and it was more than us. So we set up teams under us that will take care of other teams. Okay. Will take care of the people. And I used to tell them, don't promise people something that you can't deliver, because they're looking for that. They're looking for that. So if you can't back it up, don't say it. So always be reliable. Okay? Make sure that you could back it up. Whatever you're saying, that you could back it up. Just don't say things just to be saying it, or just don't think things just to satisfy somebody. If you can't do it, just say no. If it's not for you to do, just say no. You don't have to explain it. Say no. If they don't understand it, oh well. No. Stop allowing people to, put you in situations and circumstances. Here's the next one. Being honest. Are your intentions good? Do you have good intentions? Think about that. Ask yourself that question. Does your actions compromise your thoughts and your speech? Or does any of those things compromise the other? I'm talking about your thoughts, your speech, and your actions. Is it compromising? Is it causing conflict? You have to be honest, because people will know. You're not fooling anybody. You might fool them one time, but they know. They'll know. So always be honest in your thoughts, your speech, and your actions. Be in unity with that. Honesty. Okay? Honesty. Honesty in your authenticity. Okay? Always be authentic. Is it your purpose? Is this your design pathway? It should be flowing. Not saying that things won't come to try to knock you off. But I told you about that a couple of programs ago. What to do about that. Okay? What leads to your success? Honesty. Honest in your thinking. Be honest with yourself. And be honest with others. Because whatever you're thinking, you're going to begin to see it. How many of you have thought bad things and have saw bad things? And guess what? You pulled it into your reality. That's how serious it is. Okay? Let's move to the next one. What leads to your success? Pure thoughts, not diluted. Okay? Not diluted. I'm going to ask you this question. I want you to be honest. Are you doing something because of ulterior motives? And what I mean by that is, are you trying to prove a point? And you're thinking this, okay, I got to prove this point. So-and-so did this. They said that I got to prove this point. So now, not only am I thinking this, but now I'm visualizing it. Okay? I'm visualizing, and this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to prove my point. What leads to your success? Own who you are. You don't have anything to prove to nobody. You don't have to apologize. Okay? Can you see where this will hinder you? Every time something jumps off, over here, over there, or wherever, you're taking time out to prove yourself. Can you see? Let me go to the comments right quick. Good morning, Robert. How you doing today? Great seeing you here. You know, have pure and not diluted thoughts. Here's another one. You know, when we're talking about ulterior motives, are you thinking something out of jealousy? Well, let me do it this way. Because now you're jealous. You feel something in your heart. Now you're jealous of somebody else. But if you were owning who you are, you wouldn't be jealous of somebody else. Let them walk their design path and you walk yours. You don't have to be jealous of anybody. When people are jealous of one another, they don't understand. That's a lack of understanding, a lack of knowledge, okay? Yes, you're blessed. Yes, blessed and highly favored. That's what I always say. Blessed and highly favored. I'm glad, to know that. And I want to bless people today by, dropping this knowledge into them where they could, have those pure thoughts, not diluted thoughts, which leads them to their success. Not having, those things going on in their minds where now, you're formulating pictures in your mind, how to outdo somebody, competition or jealousy or proving a point, that will take away from time from you. And I'm not saying, you, Robert, I'm just saying anybody, audience, put it that way, of you reaching your goals. Reaching your goals. Simple as that. Now, it's supposed to be natural, okay? Your thoughts, natural, because it's something that flows, okay? You remember, your thoughts forms your imagination. You have written your vision down, and now everything begins to flow. Everything flows. It flows. And that's a part of living. That's a part of enjoying your journey. That's a part of not just existing. That's a part where that void is filled. There's no more that searching, trying to find yourself, because now you know who you are and you're owning it. Now you're allowing your thoughts to flow, be productive instead of being unproductive, because you could do a lot of things as your mind told you to do this, that, and the other, and it could lead you further and further away from reaching your ultimate goals. So the last and final one is when we're talking about what leads to your success. A good report. A good report. Check your principles. That's your integrity. Integrity goes a long way, y'all. Your integrity will follow you. And I think I was talking about that when I was talking about honesty. Your integrity will go a long way. So always remember to think on those things that have a good report. A good report. Where your integrity will come forth. Because not only knowing who you are and, owning it and being unapologetic, you want to have integrity. Because that says a mouthful. that produces longevity. That produces trust, where people could count on you because you're dependable, you're reliable, you're telling them the truth. You're not just saying things just to get a dollar, or having people just saying something or thinking something, all of these gimmicks and tricks in order for them to spend money and not having their best interest at heart. So a good report, always provide value. Always provide value because it's inside of you. Don't be too lazy. And that's what happens to a lot of people when they doing all these gimmicks and scams and all this foolishness that they're doing. They're too lazy to really, go back and find out what do they have to bring to the table. They're trying to use a shortcut to benefit them. It may work for a while, but sooner or later, it's going to dry up and everybody's going to know. They're going to know. Word gets around. And especially on these internet streets. Especially on these internet streets. That it provides value, a good report. And does it benefit your audience? Does it benefit your audience? Or is it one-sided? So these are the nuggets that I wanted to share with you today when I'm talking about what leads to your success and how far can you see. I want you to remember to think on these things. Think truthful thoughts, because your imagination is going to be tied to that. Think on just thoughts, because your imagination will be tied to that. Think on honest thoughts. That, produces a vision for you. Your imagination is tied in. It's tied into your thinking. Think on pure thoughts, undiluted thoughts. Because again, your imagination is tied into that. And think on thoughts of a good report. Because once again, your imagination is tied into that. And if you want to reach your ultimate goal, what leads to your success is those very things. It's going to either lead to your success or your downfall. Because if you're doing the opposite of truth, just, honesty, pure, and a good report, it's going to lead to your destruction. There's a way that seemeth right to a man, but in the end, it's destruction. It may seem right for you to do these things, to be lazy and, not seeing what you have and try to do it the opposite way. But eventually, it will come to an end. It will lead to destruction. So that's all I have for you today, and I thought it was a very good, and, chime in, let me know, send me some information about this. I thought this was something that I should share with you, since I'm talking about understanding. I'm talking about, seeing it in plain view, aware your design pathway, how you're traveling, and coming into unity with yourself to reach your design goal, your ultimate goal. I just thought that, this is something I should bring to you, because, this is something that really have excited me and, brings me joy, because, I'm creating this curriculum right now, and it's almost finished. I got to go into the studio today and do some more recording and everything, but it's almost finished. And this is some of the things that, well, I go into a deeper level when I'm talking to my students and everything. But y'all, this is absolutely a joy for me to be able to present this to you. So let me know, how you thought that, this subject help you, because I always like to hear feedbacks. I want to hear that from you. I want to hear what you're receiving out of turning your Passion in the Profit morning show, out of these broadcasts. Let me know how you're being benefited. Let me know that, because we love to hear that over on this side. So with that being said, I'd like to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to be with me here today on Turning Your Passion in the Profit morning show. And I look forward to seeing you on tomorrow. But remember this is your time. This is your season. This is your turning point. So have a great rest of your day.